Alright, so you may have clicked on this video for two reasons. Either one, because you're new to the game and you are not sure how to make money, or two, you are broke and you do have some experience with the game. Anyways, hey, what's up you guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys some money methods on how you can make money fast. Now this video will be in order as to when a player will start fresh to when you are a veteran to the game. Alright, so first up, what we have on the list is that we have contact missions. Now what I mean by these is missions from ULP, which are new to the game, as well as Simeon's missions, Lamar's missions, Gerald's, Lester's, and so on and so forth. These actually are a good way to make money starting off, especially as a low level. And some of them are actually quite fun to do every now and then. Especially the new ULP missions that were introduced in the new Criminal Enterprise DLC. Now, it is very time consuming though, but like I said, it is very fun to do. And when I was doing it, when it was double cash and RP, I made it roughly around 250,000. So if you were to do it now, you will get roughly around $130,000. But like I said, I do recommend this for any, beginners or low levels that are new to the game. But if you guys are a veteran, it is nice to come back to you every now and then, like I said. But yeah. Now the next thing I have on this list is adversary jobs, or any forms of jobs that do have double cash and RP or triple cash and RP. Now this week it is the Vespucci job, which is paying out 3 times cash and RP. Now if you were to do this and you were playing all rounds pretty well, you will make roughly around $90,000, which isn't too bad. And now this time there are actually around 7 maps, as like a variety of options to do. But yeah. Now, you are probably wondering, what is the Vespucci job? The Vespucci job is a mode where it is a 1v3, where the one person is being chased by 3 police officers, and while the chaser has to go around and collecting checkpoints within a given time. Now, I definitely do recommend it for both money and enjoyment. Next up on the list, we have VIP missions. Now, in order to actually become a VIP, you need to have roughly around $50,000 in your hand, and that's about it. There are no ranks required. Now, if you guys do the contact missions and the triple cash and RP modes, like I suggested earlier, you will make that very quickly. Now, my favorite missions to do are either Headhunter or Hostile Takeover, mainly because they are very quick and easy and fun, and you do get paid a lot. Now, in this mission, I do get paid roughly around $40,000 in a span of me about doing this mission for about 4 or 5 minutes, but that's because I'm on my Oppressor Mark 1. Now, if you guys were to do this on like a street vehicle, you can probably get this done in about 10 minutes. Now, there are some VIP missions in which require you to own either a Rocket Voltic or a Ruiner 2000 or some other special vehicles. Now, you do not actually have to own those as well, but unfortunately you will not be able to access those missions unless you own one. Now, some other ones do actually require you to become a CEO, but like I said, if you do stick with the missions that you can access, you will make a lot of money very quickly. Now, after grinding a little bit in the game, you may have just bought your first apartment, and you may have grinded a little bit more to get your first CEO office, as well as your first warehouse. Now, the warehouses aren't too expensive, especially more of the small sized warehouses. Now, the small warehouses do only fill up to 16 crates, whereas the medium warehouses can store up to 42, and the large warehouses can store up to 111. Now, I do recommend starting off with the small warehouses first, as it's very cheap, and this will be like a very effective way to make money. Now, what we will be doing is that we will be heading over to our computer desk in our office, and we will be sourcing some cargo. Now, there are 3 selections, one of which you can steal 1 bit of cargo for $2,000, 2 sources for about $8,000, as well as 3 sources for about $18,000. Now, I do recommend only stealing 1 to 2 at a time. It may be slower, but it will be cheaper in the long run. Now, after filling up all the warehouses, the small warehouse, which is 16 out of 16, will get you roughly around $240,000. The medium-sized warehouses will get you about $735,000, and the large warehouses will get you roughly about $2.2 million. Now, you can also get some rare items that can get you a little bit more cash as well, but that is on rare occurrences. And if that were to happen, your assistant will call you and notify you about it. Now, the way that I would approach this is that I will buy the small cargo warehouse first, as it is the cheapest, and then make my way up by getting cargo, as well as doing some other money methods that I'll be talking about later on, as well as some of the ones I previously mentioned. Now, for this mission specifically, I did have to take out the thief that was carrying my cargo. Now, once you guys have done that, sourced your cargo and delivered it, you will get a notification on the bottom left corner of how much your cargo is worth. Now, you guys can either sell it straight away, or you can wait and source more cargo, and so you can get more value. Now, I do recommend actually selling the cargo in invite-only lobbies, as that's a new feature now. Now, if you were to do this in public lobbies, there is a chance that you could get griefed, but like I said, I do recommend going into private lobbies. Now, a new feature that was added in the Criminal Enterprise DLC is that you can actually hire people to source cargo for you. Now, unfortunately, it will take them roughly about 48 minutes to deliver cargo, but however, it is rather cheap actually, where you have to pay about $7,500 for them to source a bit of cargo. Now, as I previously mentioned earlier about the rare cargo, they do sell for various prices, as some of them are more rare than others. Now, in this case, I do own this rare item that sells for 198,000. Now, you can get some others that sell for 90,000, or between those numbers, or a little bit higher as well. But that is just totally up to random. Now, heading back to our office, we will be doing another method. Now, this time we will be sourcing some vehicles. Now, the only requirements that you do need for this one, unfortunately, is to have a vehicle warehouse. Now, the starting price is a hefty $1.5 million, whereas the most expensive is $2.7 million. Now, this does not actually have any benefit aside from the location, so there are no specific upgrades that can be brought upon specific warehouses. Now, the only thing different is, like I said, just locations. But in order to solve the missions, what you guys want to do is head over to your office again and make sure to register. Now, once you guys have done that, all you need to do is sit down on the chair. Now, you will have three options. The first being this sourcing cargo, which we previously mentioned. Then we got the vehicle sourcing cargo, as well as some special vehicle missions. Now, the special vehicle work missions are just, aside to do some, make some profit. Now, in order to actually do this, all you guys want to do is select source vehicle. Now, you will get three ranges of vehicle classes, starting off with the standard, mid, then high top. Now, if everything does work out well, if you do source a high-end vehicle like I did in gameplay, if you do sell it, you can make roughly about $80,000 every 20 minutes, which is actually very good money. But like I said, that's only for high-end. Now, some other ones, more like the standard, I believe sell for around 40,000. And the mid-range sells for roughly around 60,000. Now, you can actually get a variety of vehicles from this. Now, if you do get specific vehicles, you can get a little bonus as well. But the only way you can actually tell is if you actually look on the vehicle warehouse computer desk. But yeah. Now, the only downside to this, unfortunately, is that if you do damage the vehicle, you will lose money out of it as well. Now, surprisingly, or luckily for me in the gameplay, I did scratch up my vehicles a few times, but it didn't actually register properly, so I did make it to my vehicle warehouse unscratched. Now, moving to the higher levels of money methods, what we will be doing now is that we will be covering off the MC. Now, if you were to buy an MC, the cheapest clubhouse they can buy is roughly around $200,000, whereas the most expensive clubhouse will set you back around $495,000, which isn't too bad compared to the other businesses like the agency, which we'll cover later on, or the CEO office. Now, if you guys do want to buy this one first, that is okay, as this one will probably get you more money in the long run. Now, in the most recent update of the Criminal Enterprise DLC, there are new features that are added into the game, one of which is that if you do own the bike auto shop, you will actually get some customers that will come in every now and then. Now, if you do actually deliver the vehicles, you will get roughly around $40,000, which is actually quite a fair bit for just delivering a vehicle, which can take you about 5 minutes. Also, with the other missions in the game as well, like these ones that are displayed part of the screen, how much I made roughly around $1.3 million off this, and it's actually quite fun. Now, also, there is apparently a new feature in the game which I didn't cover, unfortunately, but if you go to the bar section on the top level of your MC, you can actually refill the stocks and you can get paid from that. I'm not entirely sure how it works though. Hopefully I will cover that in another video. Now guys, while you are here, you guys can buy other businesses as well, such as the document forgery office, the weed farm, the counterfeit cash factory, the methamphetamine lab, and the cocaine lockup. Now you guys don't have to buy all of these, but if you do want to, earn more money passively, you guys, have to buy those. If not, you can buy one and, focus on that until, make your way up until you can buy the other businesses as well. Now guys, if you were to buy any businesses first, I do recommend the cocaine lockup, as without any upgrades, you can earn roughly around $30,000 an hour, but with all the recommended upgrades, it can earn roughly about a whopping $74,000. Now guys, if you were to buy another business, or the second most profitable business, that'll be the meth lab. Now without upgrades, you can earn roughly around $20,000 an hour without upgrades, but if you were to actually upgrade, you can earn roughly around $51,000 an hour, which is actually pretty good, but however, the upgrades will cost you as well. Now, the third best business in the game is the counterfeit cash factory. We can earn roughly around $22,000 an hour without any upgrades, but if you were to max everything out, you will earn roughly around $48,000 an hour. Now, moving over to the two worst businesses in the game, it is the weed farm, which is not exactly a gold mine in GTA Online. Now, the issue is that the player will need to earn roughly around $715,000 in order to actually make a profit, which is roughly around $20,000 an hour. This means that it will take you around 36 hours to actually grind to, earn the initial investment cost. With the upgrades, however, you will earn roughly around $41,000 an hour, but the investment cost will take you back around $535,000. Now, for the worst business in the game, it is the document forgery office, which you can earn roughly around $16,000 an hour. However, with the upgraded costs of around $745,000, you can earn a net profit of around $38,000. Now, like I said, guys, this is known as the worst businesses in the game. Now, I do not recommend this at all. Now, if you were to buy any businesses, I do recommend either the Cocaine Lockup or the Meth Lab. If you were to buy an auto shop, the cheapest one that is in the game is $1.67 million, whereas the most expensive is $1.9 million. Now, if you were to actually buy one of these, you actually do get a lot of variety as to what missions you can do. Now, the first two that you get is that when you have an auto shop, you will actually get some customers that will deliver your vehicles. Now, once you guys do get the vehicles, you can deliver them back as well, but if you do damage them, you will lose profit. Another thing here is that we do have some other missions here, like this one I'm currently in, which is earning me roughly around $192,000. Now, the last thing to mention is that there is a blackboard over here that does have some list of vehicles. Now, if you do deliver these over to the docks, you will earn yourself roughly $20,000, which altogether will earn you about $200,000. Now, next up, what we do have is the Kosatka or the submarine. Now, if you do want to buy one of these, it will cost you around $2.2 million. But if you were to actually max it out completely, you will be losing roughly around $9 million, which is incredible. Now, the reason why you probably want to buy one of these is so you have access to the Caprica heist, and that's really about it. However, you will make your money back, but unfortunately, with the new update that just came out, there will be a 72-hour delay before you can start up another heist. But however, the bare minimum they can earn from the heist is just over $1 million. Meanwhile, the maximum payment that you can earn is $4.5 million. However, this does depend on the main target as well as the secondary targets. Now, next up, what we do have is the agency office. Now, if you guys do want to buy one of these, the cheapest, unfortunately, is just under $4.3 million, whereas the maximum price is $5.5 million. However, you do get a lot of upgrades or money methods from this. Now, starting up, we do have passive income, whereas, throughout some time, you will generate some money. And not only that, but you will have access to the Dr. Dre story mode or heist. And last up, we do actually have some side missions as well, in which you can earn roughly between $30,000 onwards of maybe about $60,000. Now guys, if you were to do the Dr. Dre heist, you can earn a massive bonus of $1 million. However, the missions do take quite a fair while to do. It can take you a few hours at bare minimum. But anyways, like the mission I just selected just then, as you guys may have seen, I am getting roughly around $50,000. Now guys, if you were to actually fully max out your agency, you can actually get a 20-car garage. So, if you have any spare vehicles and whatnot, you have access to that. Not only that, but you will actually be able to get a gun locker. So you can actually get some weapons they are not able to usually from ammunition. For example, the precision rifle, which is the new sniper that just came out from the most recent update. Now, with the missions that are part of the agency, you do actually have a variety of options. Now, first of which is actually recovering either a stolen vehicle or a person, or killing targets. Now, not only this, but if once you do, I believe, around 3 of these missions, you will be able to have access to the payphone hits, when Franklin calls you. Now, after this, if you do, do this, you will hear a payphone ring once you get close enough. Now, if you guys do this, if you complete the challenge, you will get roughly around $80,000 to $90,000, I believe. Now, if you guys don't actually complete the challenge, unfortunately, you can earn yourself around $15,000. Next up, all we do have now is the Nightclub. Now, if you guys were to buy one of these, it will set you back at a minimum of $1.08 million, whereas the most expensive Nightclub is $1.7 million. Now, this business is actually very reliable if you do own any of the MC businesses like I mentioned previously. Now, the reason why is because you can actually hire the best staff members to get sources of cargo for you. But if you can't afford to get staff members, what you can do is that when there are free mode events happening, if you guys do see a yellow cargo icon on the map, you can go to those and get them and deliver them back to your Nightclub. Now, if you were to actually fill up your Nightclub, which is roughly around 360 crates, you can earn a whopping $2 million almost. However, the only downside to this is that Tony, who is the your business partner in the Nightclub, takes around 10%. And if you were to deliver this with a plane, Ron will be getting, I believe, roughly around 2.5%. Now, in the gameplay, as you guys can see, I have earned just under $9 million. However, when I do sell this cargo, I'll be earning an extra $200,000. Now, with the Nightclub, in my opinion, it is the best passive income business. Now, I have mentioned the word passive a few times in this video, and you guys are probably wondering what that means. Now, what I mean by that is that your employees will actually do all the work for you, and all you need to do is actually just deliver the vehicle over to, the certain destinations, and you can make money off that. Now, the good thing with the most recent update is that you can actually sell the cargo in invite-only lobbies. However, if you were to actually sell this in a public lobby, depending if it's full or not, you can actually earn a bonus as well. I believe it is an extra 10% though, I could be wrong on that. Now, another thing I will be covering again with the Nightclub is that I would not actually recommend buying this sooner, as if you guys do buy this before buying the MC businesses, like I said, like the cocaine lockup and the weed farm and etc., this will actually make the Nightclub essentially useless, as you have no one to actually hire. Instead of actually making this a passive business, you'll actually have to be grinding it yourself. Now, depending on how much cargo you are selling, that will depend on the vehicle that you'll be driving. In the gameplay, I am driving a small van, but the good thing about this is that you can actually modify and upgrade the vehicles. So, you know, some of these can have additional armor and speed and whatnot. In the gameplay, I actually did completely max out my van, but yeah. Now, for the last business that we do have for today's video is the bunker. Now, the reason why I actually put this last is mainly because it is not really my favorite. However, it actually can be very beneficial for some other players. And if you guys do want to buy a bunker, the cheapest one will set you back around $1.2 million, whereas the most expensive is $2.4 million. Now, the good thing about this is that you can actually earn some additional perks and upgrades for your weapons. Not only that, but if you were to actually completely max out your bunker and sell the stock at Blaine County, you can earn around $700,000. But if you were to sell it in Los Santos, you can earn just over $1 million. Now, the way I would go with this is that I would actually upgrade, you know, your bunker first, and then, you know, start to produce more contents. But not only this, but with the new addition to the new update, is that if your bunker does produce too many weapons, you can actually deliver them over to the ammunition to earn an extra, I believe, $50,000. Now, when it comes to getting supplies in through the bunker, there are actually two ways that you can actually approach this. It's either A, you can actually steal the cargo, or B, you can actually purchase them. I actually do prefer stealing them, as if your supplies are actually empty, you do have to pay a whopping $75,000. Now, the higher you go, the less you have to pay. Now, when it comes to actually selling the products, you can either do this in an invite-only lobby or a public lobby. Now, I actually do prefer, you know, delivering this in invite-only lobbies. Mainly why is because I actually do have a guaranteed chance of actually delivering it. Whereas, you know, if I do this in public lobby, there's a chance I could get griefed. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video, as this one did take a while for me to edit and record. If you guys did like it, you know, comment down in the comments below, letting me know if I should make more of these, because I actually did enjoy this one. But anyways, I hope you did enjoy today's video. Like I said, if you haven't already, please do drop a like and subscribe for more, as we're currently on the road to 4,000 subscribers. See you all you guys later. Peace.